We got 4 OTAs done in the books, man. As you know, we are in the off season, not too much going on, but we do have some voluntary workouts taking place. And a good showing today with Darius Slayton popping out on one of the practices today, man. You love to see it because Darius Slayton didn't show up to the first three. And as you know, these are voluntary. It is good to have your players there, especially the young guys, the rookies. There should be no reason a rookie should be there. Throwback to Darius Tony not being there for certain reasons. But for the most part, you love to see the attendance that's been showing up. Darius Slayton showed up for the first time today, and he's the big question going into this offseason because he wants a new contract and he was going to hold out until he gets one, reportedly. But here he is at an OTA, man, and obviously, once again, he doesn't have to be there, but he's showing in good spirit that he's going to be there, and you probably expect him to be on this roster coming in the beginning of the season, man. A couple people have been talking about possibly trading him, trying to seek a trade. I don't think the right value would meet what Darius Slayton is to this team. So I think we should have him on this upcoming year, and him showing up to practice is great to see. When you look at the wide receivers in this room right now, obviously Malik Neighbors will be the wide receiver one, but Darius Slayton getting CB2 coverage, not being guarded by the top guy on the other side of the ball. I'm excited to see what Darius Slayton can do, and he's going to have to be on the field. Now, will that stunt the growth of guys like Jalen Hyatt? Wan'Dale Robinson is going to have his snap solidified in the slot, but Jalen Hyatt might have to sit back a bit while Darius Slayton is out there. Obviously, we know Jalen Hyatt was a household name last year. One of the rookie receivers last year that a lot of people were excited for. Quarterback play might have affected his output, and we know it did. But also, too, he just didn't get the reps like that, the constant targets, a lot of the things that he should have gotten last year, we didn't get to really see. And now, with another wide receiver added to this team, Malik Neighbors is going to get targets. Darius Slayton still on this team. Wan'Dale Robinson still on this team. Isaiah Hodgins is still on this team. Is Jalen Hyatt going to get the reps that we want him to get? That's going to be something that we're going to have to look into, man. We're going to have to look into that heading into the season. Other wide receivers are obviously going to try to make an impact. We still got guys like Allen Robinson that we picked up this offseason a couple weeks ago. So we'll see what shakes down with the wide receivers, man. As far as anything else that's coming out of OTA so far, I haven't covered a lot of the OTAs these past couple ones, but Evan Neal being at right tackle, you've seen him, practicing at that position. They're going to try Evan Neal again, and they're going to have to. He was a very high first-round pick, and he was one of the reasons why this offensive line tanked last year. So there are a lot of concerns coming to it. When you sign a guy like Illuminor and people want him to start at right tackle, which I'm on board for that as well, they're going to give it another shot. Now, I don't expect Evan Neal to stay at right tackle throughout the whole season if he doesn't perform like he was supposed to perform. If he continues to show lackluster results, he's going to have to switch to guard, or he's not going to play on right tackle, let alone on this offensive line, man. Illuminor should step in at the right tackle if Evan Neal doesn't work out. Illuminor was showing to play at left guard while Runyon was at right guard. Very interesting, combination, because I believe John Runyon Jr. was a left guard, or vice versa. I could have that story a little mixed up. But I know John Runyon Jr., what he played last year, they're lining him up at the opposite guard. Interesting approach, but I'm not going to question it too much. We're in OTAs. There's not too much to really pin your head on when it comes to these things. But I'm just excited to see guys lined up, with the helmets on, with the jerseys on, and, doing their thing. Daniel Jones, he's out there practicing. No knee brace, no anything. He's going to be ready by week 1, so he should be the expected starter week 1. Now, I know a lot of the offseason talk that we've been talking about, especially when it came to the draft, we talked about how Daniel Jones has an injury clause, so he might not play. Will the Giants really want to put him out there? With their contingency plan at quarterback not really going through, because, you heard the rumblings. They wanted to go up and trade for Drake May. Daniel Jones is going to play this upcoming season. Is he going to stay? Is he going to play all season? It obviously depends on his performance. His performance is really key on seeing if Daniel Jones is going to be, I hate to say it because we're going to say, is he going to be the guy? We're heading into year 6 with this contract, the second year of this contract. But overall, man, you drafted a wide receiver. A lot of people complain that he didn't have a lot of weapons. That was me at one point. Malik Neighbors is on this team, and you have Darius Slayton as your number 2 wide receiver now. Daniel Jones, got to make something happen. The offensive line, hopefully, is better. Got to make something happen. And it's looking like he's going to get the fresh start. Drew Lock was also out there as well. I'm not really going to be talking about how they looked in terms of throwing the ball, if they were sharp or not. Once again, we're in OTAs because there was some rumblings about Drew Lock not being too sharp. But overall, man, I love to see these guys out here, practicing amongst each other, doing the stuff that we want to see them do months away from when the season actually starts. So On the defensive side of the ball, Cordell Flott apparently going to be cornerback 2, question mark. I'm going to have a video talking about that in a few. Also talking about Nick McLeod potentially being at the slot corner. Once again, we did draft Andrew Phillips, potentially be a starting slot corner. There will be some competition at some of these positions, man, some positional battles. So, a couple positional battles to look out for. I'm definitely going to drop a video on each of the positions that we should be looking into, man. Also talking about the defensive line and the edge rushing department. Azeez Ojulari going to be the third down rusher possibly, or you're not going to take Brian Burns or Kayvon Thibodeau off the field. So where does a guy like that fit in? I'm interested to talk about those things, man. But right now, not too much going on in Giants land in terms of signing people or possibly sending people. Nothing has broke as of yet. So be sure to make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more content coming through. And if there is any breaking news, we'll be out there, man. Your boy did just have a wedding this past week, a big grand wedding. So that's why I've been absent a bit and also planning all those things. Also going to be going on my honeymoon in about a week. So for my people that stay here and watch every single video I post, I appreciate you guys. I'm just letting you know I might be on a little hiatus. Or, as you know, we're going to have some scheduled videos scheduled to come out. So you guys might not see it, but just know I got some things planned coming soon, man. So catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you stay tuned for more coming through, and I'll catch y'all. Peace.